There was a time when romantic scenes in the movies were depicted by the help of flowers. Soon after some time, those flowers were replaced by the real human beings. And since then, the romantic scenes in the movies kept on enhancing their level. And then we came into the era of porn. Generally, there are two types of porn. One is hardcore porn and another one is softcore porn. In earlier times, the hardcore porn were the depiction of sexual intercourse, but the genital parts were censored. And the softcore porn was the hugging and kissing scenes with exposing clothes. But now it has changed. The earlier hardcore has become today's softcore. And the hardcore of today's time is way different than anyone of old era can even think of. Many of you may have smiled on your face by hearing the word hardcore. Because it may be possible you have started visualizing those hardcore things in your mind. और कुछ के दिमाग में तो nobody does it better भी दिमाग में आने लगा होगा. But this is not the thing to laugh about. This is a matter of huge concern. And let me explain you why. The definition of today's hardcore is sadomasochism. It means that people get together to either give or receive pain in humiliation. Gone are those days when you have to hide a Playboy magazine from your family members, or you have to go through that guilt to buy that magazines from a shopkeeper. With the help of internet, things are just a click away. Because soft porn is no more hidden and readily available in this era to everyone on every platform, it triggers a kid to know more about it. When a kid experience or consume a soft porn via normal available platform, then the curiosity to know more take birth, and it triggers the kid of small age to get into this dark era of hardcore porn. Although government has taken several decisions to ban these porn sites, but there are several ways available to the people so that they can access and go to these websites, and that is the reason we are the third most porn consuming country in the world. And you will be surprised to know, and do this exercise by your end, go to the Google Trend. Those who don't know about Google Trend is a tool by which you come to know what is the trending thing going on right now in the world. So if you go to Google Trend and write the word porn in that, you will be surprised to know that porn is searched all-time high in the world. There is not even a single other thing searched in comparison to porn in the world. That is the reality. This is the thing which we are doing on internet. This topic is very less discussed, especially in the country like India, because we still think talking sex to our kids is taboo. But let me tell you the reason why you have to start talking about sex or these explicit content to your kid. And I'm not using why you should, I'm using why you have to start talking about these things to your kid. Let me give you the reasons behind it. Study finds that 93% boys and 63% girls are exposed to explicit content at the age of 12 only. And the younger you are, the quicker you are exposed to that content because of this digital era. According to the reports, porn makes us feel stressed, depressed, angry, addictive, and high on dopamine. Those who don't know much about dopamine is a hormone which got secreted by our body when we get happiness. And our mind get used to it. Now your mind needs that much of dopamine every time because you are creating that dopamine from artificial way. Maybe consuming a drug, maybe watching porn. And by saying this, I have put watching porn equivalent to consuming drug. And that's why you get addicted to it. When you watch it first, your body release an excitement dopamine and your mind get used to it. And then your mind wants you to watch it second time. Then your mind wants you to watch it third time. And that's why you get addicted to it. That's an addictive in nature. Psychologists also says that early exposure to this explicit kind of content give birth to unrealistic expectations and misogyny. If I explain you misogyny is a hatred feeling towards women. And this leads to several issues in relationship with your partner and divorces. The research also says that the people who consume porn much, they have experienced the number of divorces more than those who don't consume porn to that kind of level. As of now, men consume more porn than women. There's a ratio around 77 to 23. But unfortunately, it is even found that there is a surge of 110% in girls finding words like hardcore. This change is not in few. A social drift is occurring. Now the question is what you can do. I know the older we are, the harder it is for us to discuss these things with our kids because of our society barriers. In India, it is still considered as a taboo to discuss sex with our family members. If we don't want our child to suffer such ailments which I just discussed, then we have to take this initiative. We have to stand. We have to get out of these barriers which are created by the society. We have to talk to our kids about this thing. And you know the positive side of this will be? Sooner or later, your kid or your younger brother or sister will definitely get exposed to such kind of explicit content. But when they'll get exposed, they'll have your learning. They'll have that learning which you have given them in their childhood. You will be surprised to know that 70% of the internet is porn. Means, if somebody is there on internet using anything on internet, then the 70% probability is there, then he or she will end up watching porn. Now imagine by this example, you send your kid on an island to enjoy, and that island is internet. You send them on that island to enjoy, to learn new things about education, to learn about health system, to make your kid intelligent. And you are also aware that fact that there is an animal who is there on that island and can be harmful for your kid. But because of that society pressure, you are not teaching them that how to save yourself from that animal. And that animal which I am talking about is porn there. Or that explicit content there. That explicit content is there all time available on the internet and which is there every time. And you send your kid there to learn new things. If you will not give that kind of knowledge to your kid, then how will he be able to survive himself on that island? Because that island is necessity now. You cannot afford your kid to lag behind in anything. So you have to send your kid. But the better choice will be you give that learning to your kid how he can or she can save himself or herself from that animal which is porn. We have to start discussing it. There are some technological aspects as well which you should definitely look out. When you go to a porn site, you are bombarded with humongous amount of advertisement. To make you understand how secure those porn websites are, you might have experienced there is a term HTTP. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol and HTTPS stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. So there are several websites which are using HTTPS because they are securing their data to get exploited. But majority of the porn sites which are free does not use HTTPS. They use only HTTP. Because of this unavailability of security on that address, then you are giving the access to the hackers which may be available on those porn sites, which are very much vulnerable to that kind of thing. Then you might lose your money also in your account because they have the ability to read what you are writing on your screen. And imagine you are buying anything from any websites and giving the detail of your card, maybe debit card or credit card, then the hackers, they can easily get into your system, maybe laptop or maybe your mobile, with the help of these porn websites. So even if you are younger, even if you are adult, even if you are of any age and you don't have that understanding what these porn websites can do, because generally we use VPN to go there and that VPN is not secure, you have to learn about that thing as well. Now, at the end of this video, I'll say, if you are among those who find it hard to discuss these things with your family members or brothers and sisters, then I'll not say, then let them watch this video. Because the way you can make them understand, the way they can learn from you, will not be able to learn from any kind of video. You are the parent, you are the elder brother, you are the elder sister. They can listen you far better than any video. You have to do it, I'm not using you should, because there is no alternative. Now if you feel this video should reach to everyone, then decide it by yourself. There are several parent, brother, sister also who still think talking about sex or talking about porn in front of their kid or child is still a taboo. If you feel they should know about this thing, then definitely share this video to the parent, not to the kid, because you as a parent has to make them learn, make them understand what is right, what is wrong. Share this video if you feel like this is the video which should reach to everyone, because your share can make it reach to thousands of people. Thank you so much for listening to me. You were listening to Ankit Tyagi from AxFacts, where I discuss things which matter the most.